Yo, yo, yo! What did it do? What's up, Remy? How you doing, brother?
Dude, what's up, man? You know, dude, just living the dream, talking some sports, shooting the shit.
Um, it's official. Until middle of February, there's going to be not a weekend without football play.
Football is back. Football is
I can feel it.
There's
I
literally,
can feel it.
there's literally no
What's up,
better
Jay?
time of year.
There is.
It's like Christmas.
So, before we dive into what we're going to be talking about, we like to ease into it like we did last week. So, first off, Remy, how are you doing personally?
I mean, there are NCAA football games that actually matter coming on 4 days. So that's a huge plus. The podcast has been absolutely cranking out material. So love that. Content all over the place. Work slowed down some because I got some help.
Okay.
So, your boy doesn't know what to do with the free time.
Oh, shit.
It's been pretty different, dude. I don't know. Something drastically bad is about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Too many good things in a row have happened.
Well, the Gamecocks and the Dolphins are about to start playing football.
Ooh, thanks.
So,
yeah, that's.
But as you can tell, in that corner, we have a new logo. I think we're pretty jacked people,
dude. I mean, there ain't no doubt, bro. I mean, look, that's the same forearm in that picture, right?
Looks good. Looks great. Michael Harris just hit a double, maybe a triple.
He had me confused there for a split second.
Sorry,
what? Harris is in here.
Sorry, it was ended up being.
By the way, Harris dropped that bombshell on me. Says he's been listening to us while he's working.
No way.
Right? Won't join the live
hey,
to save his life, but he has been listening.
That's all that matters. What's up, Jacob? How you doing? Logo's fire. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody. We have been doing some content. I don't know if y'all have followed our TikTok. The hell? We've been doing some stuff on TikTok. Sorry about this.
There was some confusion. There was Terry hit me with a push it back to 9, and about 10 minutes later hit me with a never mind, we can do 8.
So I have to, on some days, sometimes I have to leave town and drive 6 hours to go do a bunch of appraisals. And it just happened to be today. And I didn't think I was going to be making it back in time for this, because as it is at 8 o'clock Remy's time, it's only 5 o'clock my time. So I called Remy and said, I don't know, be on the safe side, push it back. And then I called him right back and was like, nah, we're going to make it. Let's run it.
When is that time change? We need that time change drastic.
November.
We need that bad.
November, I'll go only 2 hours. What's going on, Allison? Did you make the second post saying, because I never saw it? Did you?
Yeah, I did. I posted a second one.
Damn. Matt's you're not tapped in, Matt. You got to turn those notifications on.
Turn the notifications on.
But yeah, so we've been doing TikToks. We've, of course, been doing the NFL Spotlight, which we have 4 more that's about to drop. We're going to start doubling those up just so we can get them all out before the NFL season starts. And, of course, we have our fantasy lives going out Thursday. We're going to shoot for the same time as this one. We're going to just talk some fantasy stuff. Looking forward to that. But most importantly, our deep dive in the top 5, we didn't really have any fan interaction this week.
We had a lot of comments. Well, thanks to Ed. I don't know if Ed's in here yet. He commented like 20-something different ideas. They all basically had 2 likes. Some had 3 likes. It just was all about the same. So appreciate the comments, but it was crazy.
Fantasy League, yes, we are still going to do that. Speaking of which, if you want to be in the fantasy league, you need to come into the fantasy live on Thursday. And we're going to tweet that. And we're going to settle who's all going to be in it. We're going to set it up. Hell, we're probably going to set it up live on camera. So we're going to get all that going on Thursday. Everything fantasy. We look forward to doing that. We're still going to do it. Whoever wants to join, just come in and we'll first come, first serve on that kind of stuff. But you're making me commit to watching football. Hey, watch it. Listen.
It'll change your life.
Listen, it's just
your life.
It's just great. Either you want me to smoke, we'll see. But yeah, so we're gonna still do the NFL spotlights. We're gonna do lives now. We're trying to now our new software. We can now record our audio. So me and Remy can sit here in the studio and not go live. We could just do it, and I can download just the audio. And I think we're gonna start putting that on Spotify again. So we'll have multiple platforms. What we end up doing is anything that we record off air. I don't know if we can download the audio of our lives. I'm going to have to look that up. But we want to put it on Spotify just for the people who, like Remy said earlier, Harris has been listening over throughout the week and stuff, which that's dope.
That is dope.
And Allison, I still see you on Facebook, and I appreciate you. But go to YouTube, create a YouTube account, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It's free, and we need you.
Yeah, we
need you. We need everybody.
100 and something followers on the Facebook page, 48 on the YouTube. Ow, first, not quite, but not quite.
You already did. Okay, perfect.
Okay,
that's all that matters. That's all that matters. What's up, Alan? How you doing? So, with that being said, a little housekeeping done. Kind of set the week up. We are going to break down week 0. We are, and our deep dive in the top 5 is going to be the top 5 best college football stadium. What did I say it again? Was there any atmospheres? Thank you. Forgot. So we're going to do that, of course, at the end. But we're going to go through this different kind of sports. We have some NBA stuff, some NFL stuff, and then, of course, we're going to talk about college football and break down week 0 since that's this weekend. Yeah. So, Remy, you want to start with the Kevin Durant news? I'll let you take it.
So, yeah, the big breaking sports news today, which I think both of us were kind of in agreement when we first talked about this. Kevin Durant and the head brass of the Brooklyn Nets, including head coach Steve Kerr and their GM, all got together in a meeting and have agreed to work through their differences and rescind the trade request that Kevin Durant had put out there. I am not shocked. I know you're probably not shocked. I don't think there were that many suitors, shockingly, for one of the best players in the league. The asking price had to be astronomical to begin with. And I don't think Brooklyn ever really wanted to trade him. Steve Nash, dude, head coach Steve.
Look at Adam with his little logo in there, like he makes YouTube videos.
Yeah, he's
I like it.
Trying to flex on us.
Adam, would love to have you on the pod sometime. But yeah, you know, I mean, there's just nobody out there who could send the amount of picks that was necessary, you know, to acquire a player like Kevin Durant. They have too many years of control on him to move him. It just didn't make any sense for a lot of, but I just don't.
I want to get your opinion on something because I saw this report that said that Memphis had engaged them at some point in this process. The Memphis Grizzlies had engaged with the Brooklyn Nets on a potential trade, but said that they would not include. Now, this is just the report I read. Said that they could not include Jaren Jackson Jr. Or Desmond Bain. Now, I get all the baggage that comes with Kevin Durant. I understand his off the court stuff and just who he is. But from a basketball standpoint, you're not getting anybody better than Kevin Durant from playing the sport.
It's pretty wild how a Desmond Bain.
That's what I'm saying.
Is like stopping you from getting Kevin Durant.
That's where my point is like, if you're Memphis, if you're the Memphis Grizzlies, and they don't bring in free agents, they don't bring in big name guys, they have to draft their guys and develop them, which they've done a tremendous job of that. But you have if you have a chance to add Kevin Durant to play with Ja Morant, and you're like, but you can't have Desmond Bain.
Yeah. My thing with Kevin Durant is he reminds me kind of like, it's kind of weird to compare the two, but look at the Dodgers. So the Dodgers every year are one of the favorites to win it all. It hasn't really happened. Some unlucky shit's happened every year to keep them from winning it. But they're one of the teams to fear. Kevin Durant puts you in that category. Just by him alone, he puts you in the category of, all right, they're probably a favorite in the East or whatever division,
It just reminded me of LeBron the first time in Cleveland when they said that J.J. Hickson was untouchable. It's like, how? How is that what's stopping you? Because if you remember back in the day, it was Amari Stoudemire.
Back in black,
all the injuries.
Yeah.
That were rumored that Cleveland was going to pursue, and they said, well, you can't have J.J. Hickson. What?
Yeah, I just feel like every team has a window, and getting Kevin Durant, and you're not getting a rental Kevin Durant.
No,
you're getting Kevin Durant for what, 3 or 4 more years?
Yeah, he's under contract for 4 more years.
Yeah, so looks like we got some side bets on the headband here.
I mean, if this is going to be a thing, if the headband, damn,
I told you,
switch pictures on you mid podcast, bro.
What is that?
That's all Nashville. I love how the zoom in. Go back to that.
Yeah,
go back because it zooms in on this dude without a shirt on in the background.
Yeah, that's great. But no, we're just talking some KD stuff. KD's in the
talking about Kevin Durant.
I don't know,
rescinding his trade request. But I don't understand moves like that. If I'm Memphis and I'm like, I got a chance to go get Kevin Durant, pair him up with one of the best young players in the game.
You get whatever you can. You do whatever you can.
You could have Jared Jackson and Desmond.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I now have Kevin Durant. So it was weird, but we get another year of Kevin Durant in Brooklyn. And now here's the other thing that I saw pop up, and it made me laugh. It made me laugh because, of course, now Kevin Durant's back. Kyrie Irving will be back. And, of course, Ben Simmons is still there on that roster. And it had a picture of the 3 of them, and it said, where do you rate this big 3? And I'm like, probably dead last, dude. How many games are they going to play together? 5?
Does Ben Simmons ever play a game again? The streets are asking.
The streets are asking. I've heard rumblings. Sauces.
I don't know, dude. It's almost like the world always says that, every year the Nets are the favorites. Like I said, you getting a guy like KD puts you in a category of being a favorite, being one of the favorites. It just hasn't worked out that way because they're a bunch of snake players and with no backbone. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll end up seeing this. The NBA's, it's not really that far away, actually.
No,
comes back in October.
Yeah. We're about a month and a half out from NBA basketball.
It's crazy.
So
it's crazy.
And all I know is if the Minnesota Timberwolves win one playoff series, one playoff series, I will talk about it on every podcast from now until the end of my existence.
So I know a lot of
be something I
we had a little bit of talking about how much I hate Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves and the whole trade and everything on camera. But behind the scenes, we have had some epic back and forths about Rudy Gobert and the fit, and is it worth trading all those picks just to make a playoffs? It's weird. There you go. Adam's in your corner.
Yeah. And no, I'm not in a corner. I'm just saying if they win a playoff series, the trade's worth it. They've won 2 playoff series in their entire existence.
Alan, if this happens, Remy better hope it doesn't happen.
Oh, it ain't that.
That's all I'm saying.
I ain't stressing that. I ain't happening.
Oh, here we go.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Sound the alarms. Gobert, the Goldberg stepbrother, for real.
Gobert.
Goldberg. Oh, we're built for it. What's up, Mr. Positive Vibes? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, don't think I didn't see the comment on that Patriots video. Thank you for watching the NFL Spotlight. Thanks for leaving a comment. That's why we're doing it. Big appreciated. Hey, the Gamecocks might be interesting this year. We'll see. I'm not even built for it. Jesus. Gobert out of the league in 2 years. Allen, now you're talking my language. Ant drop a 30 game easy. Wolves make the playoffs on a play-in game. See, if they're a play-in team, Remy, that trade is terrible.
They ain't gonna be a play-in team. They're gonna be the 4 seed. I went and looked it up. They're gonna be the 4 seed.
Remy, so we're gonna audible some NFL stuff. Run down some injuries here.
Yeah, big day. Today was like roster cut down day, so a lot of people got thrown on injured reserves and pup lists. And
so the pup list is you missed the first 4 games. I think
4 games minimum. So you missed the first 4 minimum. Some big names got thrown out there. Chase Young still not ready to come back from that injury, so he will be missing at least the first 4. So that was, that's a big blow to that defense. It was a really weird year for him last year. He got hurt, I think, like week 10 or something like that. He only had 1.5 sacks through the first 9 games last year.
Let me answer this. When you get more spotlights, me and Remy has recorded the AFC North. I'm editing them tonight. I might just drop off 4 tonight because we need to really get it going to catch up. Yeah. And tomorrow we're going to record the AFC South, and I might just drop all 4 of them at the same time. And then we're doing the LAFC, then we're going to move to the NFC. So I appreciate you guys asking about the spotlights. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead and talk about the injuries.
So Chase Young with, like I said, I think week 10 of last year, only had 1.5 sacks through the first 9 games, which is really not what a lot of people expected out of him, especially after his rookie year. So he's out for the first 4 games. J.C. Jackson, the big free agent corner pickup for the Chargers, had ankle surgery today. He is out 2 to 4 weeks. It may be a little bit longer than that, depending on how the surgery goes. Gus Edwards, running back for the Ravens, still not recovered from his injury. First 4 games, he's on the PUP list. He is out. Yep. The Colts punter tore his Achilles in practice today.
I saw that.
So Colts punter out for the season.
Which team don't have a kicker?
The Jaguars. The Jaguars cut the only kicker on the roster today. So they released the only kicker they had. They went and claimed some nobody off of waivers today. So they do. There was a short time, however, the Jaguars did not have a kicker on the team. Just flat out didn't have one. That has been a wild ride for them. They cannot get that position fixed. Let's see who else. Jamison Williams, the first round pick for the Lions, got moved to the reserve non-football injury list. He will be out for at least the first 4 games. That's not a surprise. He tore his ACL in the national championship game. So a lot of people
we knew it was going to be a little late for that one.
The Dolphins signed corner Mackenzie Alexander a week ago. He is on injured reserve, out for the season. There was a couple people earlier in the week. Malcolm Butler trying to come out of retirement, go back to the Patriots. Also put on injured reserve, out for the season. Lot of injuries. A lot of just people getting put on PUP and IR. Going to be, this is what you don't want. This is the thing you try to avoid this time of year, is a bunch of people getting hurt and put on injured reserve list. So,
yeah. Also, some big news dropping from a source that we didn't really think was going to drop NFL news, and it was Dana White from the UFC dropping some intel about, was it Tom Brady and
Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski apparently were, according to Dana White. Now this is
Dana White's a wild
UFC,
news.
So I don't know how much of a reliable source he is, but it's been spewed all over the media. Dana White said that Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski were this close to signing with the Raiders instead of the Buccaneers, and apparently John Gruden nixed the deal because he wanted Derek Carr to be his quarterback.
And that was, remember when Tom Brady came out and said they're going with that other fucking guy.
Yeah,
Apparently
that bum or whatever he said.
Yeah, that other fucking guy was Derek Carr. So he's a pretty good player. I mean, Derek Carr is still a good player.
Yeah, he is. He is. He really underrated guy, dude. Like I saw a stat. I can't even remember what the full stat was, but it was some crazy, like first 8 years in the league. He's like top 5 all time in passing yards through 8 seasons or some shit like that. It was wild.
Mm-hmm.
The names ahead of him were just like first ballot Hall of Famers. So underrated guy.
So how does the week 3 of preseason really go? Are teams going to play starters, or is it just going to be?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I would not put a single starter out there.
Yeah,
it is weird because it used to be when you had 4.
It was the one snap, the quarter, the half,
and then the fourth game you didn't play anyone. You just the guys who were trying to make the roster. This year, this has been a massive change by these NFL teams this year. I don't know if some teams just aren't playing any starters at all.
Yeah,
they're just
so the Panthers are in a quarterback battle and just didn't play neither quarterback.
Yeah, but that's your coaching staff. Did you realize? Okay, so ESPN dropped their power rankings, their NFL power rankings. Did you realize post NFL draft they had the Panthers ranked 32nd out of 32 NFL teams?
I believe it.
They had y'all ranked dead last. You moved up. You're 29th or some shit now, but dead last.
Too early to make a decision on Brady. Yeah,
I mean, it is. Barstool dropped the definitive quarterback tier list. So if any of y'all are Barstool fans, you should go check that out.
Yeah, Matt Corral, he's out for the year. He's on the IL.
Liz Frank injury.
Which is, the coach did a backflip when he heard about that news. Because now he doesn't have to worry about
PJ Walker.
Now he can keep PJ Walker. Panthers win a solid 6. That's what I'm saying.
6, yeah. 6, I mean, they're not the worst team in the NFL.
I think 6 or 7, but 6 is a good number.
Yeah, they're not the worst team by far.
We have some talent. It's just our coaching staff's hilarious.
That it is.
Anything else you want to touch on the NFL?
The big news that dropped not long after our podcast last week was the Deshaun Watson NFL NFL agreement. Deshaun Watson's 6-game suspension with no fine was increased to an 11-game suspension with a $5 million fine.
So somebody said it equals 0.7.
Yeah, it's
women he had court cases against.
So part of me is like, well, any increase is good. Anything more than what he got originally was good, but it still just doesn't feel like enough. I mean, it should have been a season. It should have been a whole year. I don't know. It's so weird that his first game back is the Texans.
It's like, guys, can you make it a little less obvious?
I mean,
if they flex that game too, come on now.
First game back is against the Texans. Weird,
dude. You know what's the weirdest thing it's going to be about NFL is all the announcers. They're moving all over the place.
Oh yeah, that's free agency, baby. You got NFL announcers switching.
You have the weird. If you heard the Amazon intro to because they're going to do Thursday Night Football, and you have Al. What's his name? Al whatever. He's doing Thursday Night Football.
I like Al Michaels.
I like Al Michaels. No, he's just not he's the guy that I want. He's a voice that I want to hear at the end of my weekend.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
They're moving. The worst one's Buck going Monday.
Buck and Aikman. Now, don't get me wrong. ESPN has not been able to get Monday Night Football right in a long time. So I get it. They went with like the most recognizable thing you could, but they went and got Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, and most people don't like them.
No, I hate Joe Buck.
Most people don't like that team of announcers. So
Joe Buck also does playoff baseball, and I want to claw my eyes out.
Listen, as bad as Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are, it's better than Booger McFarland being drug up and down the sidelines at a boom camera station.
Alan, I'm with you, dude. I can't do it. I don't know if I'm literally gonna have to watch the Peyton Manning thing.
The saving grace is the Manning cast is the saving grace. I mean, I watched that.
The
every
double
time.
bird, Eli Manning.
Yes, that was gold. That's good quality entertainment. Is the Manning cast.
It's just the problem with that one is that they have like the game is in like the smallest little corner.
Oh yeah, I mean, and they're all. I mean, it's interviews and just all kinds of weird shit going on. But I mean, it's better than what we've had out of them the last few years. But anyway, going back to Deshaun Watson, like I said, I still feel like it was.
What would your suspension be?
1 year. 1 year.
1 year.
One full season.
What would y'all's suspension be? To everybody tell me what you would suspend him for. I think a year is minimum.
Yeah, I think it should have been a year. And, and I see I do a lot of like scrolling through the stuff on Twitter and everything. And I see some people like, well, how, grand juries wouldn't pick up it and everything due to lack of evidence. And like we've said this, that it's not on trial to go to jail.
Right.
It's to see if he should be suspended against the NFL conduct policy.
Right. Which he clearly broke over and over and over again.
I mean,
I feel like 11-game suspension if you break the conduct policy once. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
like he did it a lot. Lifetime ban, straight to jail.
Straight to jail. I mean, I don't know, man. It's after all this stuff, dude, we've been talking about it for so long. The fact that the original one was 5 games, bro, get out of here.
Should have given Best of Lowly been in jail. Yeah, it's weird. So I told Camille about it, what was going on, because she didn't really know. And she's like, oh my God, how many cases? And I'm like, yeah, and he got 11 games. She goes, wait, he's not going to jail? And I said, no, he settled with a lot of these things, and it just said it. It is a shit show.
I mean, like I said, an increase is good. I'm glad it got increased. It needed to get increased. I just feel like it's still too light. We've had guys get punished longer for doing less in this league. I mean, literally, and I hate to bring up the Calvin Ridley one because that one also kind of irks me as people like, oh, Calvin Ridley got a full year.
He bid on his team to win.
But he also, I mean, you can't, like, there is precedence in that case. You can't bet. It's just immediately going to be suspended for a whole year. But I just feel like the NFL and the NFLPA still just got this wrong. This should have been at least a year. At least a year.
I agree.
So.
I agree. I agree there. Let's see here. Let's see if we missed anything. Panther, no. Preseason football. I'm officially in the preseason mode where I'm so happy that it was here, and now I can't stand it. I want it to go away, and I want to watch real football.
Yeah, for sure. I got my 8 pass attempts out of 2 the other night, and I left satisfied. I said, okay, he doesn't need to see the field again. We need to just move past this. Thank God we're down to only 3 of these games, though. 4 is just a nightmare. We
do got to talk a little baseball before we go to college. First off, the Angels owners selling the Angels. Which needed to happen.
Needed to happen.
The Angels are just such a big team to be as bad as they are. It's kind of a joke. Here you go, before we move on. Any rookies looking good so good so far, and you keep an eye on through the season? I don't know. I think
it's weird because like we were talking about, you get a lot of teams that aren't playing starters. So you kind of got to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. Like, yeah, the rookie might be balling, but is he balling against third string defense?
Tune in Thursday.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There is one name. I'm going to save it for the fantasy podcast. I actually might want to pocket it until I can draft him. But there is one name.
That's not how we work in this business.
I know, but I want to beat everybody else in the league.
And also Albert Pujols is absolutely matching the baseball.
You want to talk about the one thing that really has drugged me back into baseball right now? It is Fat Albert Pujols raking, dude, absolutely raking since the All-Star break. Holy shit, dude! I sat there the whole time I was like, when he first signed back with the Cardinals and
Home run
said he was going
derby.
to play this year, I was like, dude, he's so close to 700. He's so close, but there's just no way he gets there. I mean, honestly, it might have. It's like there's no way. He's only going to play part time. There's no way he's going to be pushing 20 something home runs. I'm like, it's just not going to happen. He has been on an absolute tear. What is it, like 7 home runs in his last 10 games?
Yeah,
He's 7 away. He's 7 away.
He's absolutely mashing, and we're a part of his career, a part of his legacy.
I went and looked it up, dude. That was crazy.
You did it. That was cool.
Me and Terry were talking about this. God, how many years ago? I say it was 12 years ago.
13. 2010 is when it was the game.
So 12 years ago, me and Terry went to a baseball game, a regular season baseball game down in Florida. It's back when they were still the Florida Marlins before they were even the Miami Marlins.
And they were in the football stadium.
They were in the football stadium still. We go watch the Cardinals and the Marlins. Before we even get to our seats, we hear the crowd go crazy. It's like, what the hell just happened? We walk down, Albert Pujols bomb shot out of the stadium. So we missed that. But Adam Wainwright was on the mound that night. Adam Wainwright's still pitching for the Cardinals.
Kind of a boring game if you think about it.
My man,
by the time we hit the seats,
my man Adam Wainwright went 9 inning, 2-hit, no run baseball.
He threw a complete game,
2-hitter. But Albert Pujols went yard in that game, and I believe I'll look it up. I did the math, and I figured out. So if he hits 700, if he gets to number 700. We were there for home run number 394 of Albert Pujols' career. Holy shit.
How cool is that?
Come a long way, dude.
How cool is that?
Is cool.
We'll always have that story. And that's the cool part about baseball, is there's always a story.
If he hits 700, though,
I want it, dude. I don't care if he gets it this year.
Hard.
Come back next year. You're gonna.
He keeps saying he's not, though. He said it in multiple interviews. He's not coming back. This is it. This is his last run. He said he doesn't care if he hits 700, but I'm like, I care. I care, Albert. We all care. The fans care.
Honestly,
that little stretch, dude. When he signed that deal for the Angels, and of course, we all know it was too much. They signed him to a 10-year deal when he was 30
to be a name.
We knew that. But there was that little stretch where people started like knocking him, because his batting average started to slip and he just wasn't. Of course, he wasn't the same guy. He was in his mid to late 30s.
Well, he also went from a team that went all the way every year, or damn near about, to a team that never made the playoffs.
Never going to do anything. So people started knocking, like, dude, that is one of the greatest baseball players that's ever played. Like, you can keep the slander out of here. My man, when he was that first run with the Cardinals, he was the best player in baseball. And it wasn't even close, particularly. So, like, relax with all that slander. But now that he's back in, his last season, he's trying to hit 700. Everyone's back on Team Pujols again. I hope he gets there, dude. If I could watch every game, I'd watch every game.
What's going on? Hey, Miss Whitney. But yeah, so I agree. So it's week 0, Remy.
Week 0.
Week 0.
The best week of my life.
College football is here. It's back. Some hilarious matchups. Probably an all-time hilarious matchup. I think Hawaii plays Vanderbilt.
They do. 10:30 at night, my time.
We're gonna break down all the week 0 games right here, and we're gonna go.
Hopefully not too deep into these games. I don't know most of these teams.
No, we're just going to talk a little bit about them and laugh a little bit. Let me share this other screen here.
Check out this technology. If y'all haven't watched
the
NFL spotlights.
Boom. And then let me get this brand alpha here. Put that one up.
Dude.
Here we go.
Dude, we're like getting good at this shit, boys.
Yeah, I mean, we're morphing. College football's back. Yep. Ready for those new lights at Willie B. Dude, I am ready. You see the video for that? Pretty hype.
Pretty hype.
So, y'all disregard my time for these things because West Coast life and college football is wild.
Yeah.
But to start it off, Saturday, August 27th. You know, growing up, South Carolina was like the opening kickoff for
A couple of years.
a couple of years of my
Yeah, a couple
childhood,
years.
and let me get this out of here. Let me get out of here all my stuff. But I was so being that opening Thursday night game used to mean a lot to me because South Carolina's not great, and
there was a chance for the spot.
But there was a chance for everyone to see it, you know. But now we just said fuck that, and we're going we're going to Saturday. So Austin P, Western Kentucky.
Barn burner.
I don't see the line on this one. They don't have a line on this one.
I don't. Yeah, I was about to say. I doubt they have a line.
There you go. Ready to have it. She's not because of football. Exactly.
100.
But so we have Nebraska. That's what I'm saying. Those Thursday night games are wild.
This is an actual game.
Nebraska Northwestern. It's played in Dublin, Ireland. It's good.
Yeah. Classic football.
The line is Nebraska is given 13. What do we think of that game?
I mean,
I don't see Nebraska beating anybody, much less by 13 points.
It's a game.
Over under 49.5. I'm slamming the under on that game.
It is an actual game between two actual teams. I don't think they're very good teams, but they are real actual teams. So I will be watching this one. This one will be on the television. I don't know, dude. Neither team was very good last year.
Dude, half of these you don't even have the channels. CBS and SN.
Yeah. CBS Sports.
Idaho State, UNLV. It's so weird. This is just weird teams to play way too early.
I mean,
but they're playing in the dope stadium in Vegas. So good for those guys. That's pretty cool.
Right? You get to play in the Death Star.
That's pretty neat. UConn, Utah State. This one's in.
Mm-hmm.
This is FS1 game.
Yeah.
Utah State's a 27-point favorite.
That's insane to me, bro.
UConn's
I know Utah State. Honestly, Utah State is a better football program, but how? How are they a better football? They get to play. They have to play Alabama week 2. Are you kidding me?
Dude, they only lost.
I mean, yeah, no. Last year was a really good year for them. But it's just wild to me. I can't imagine Utah State be bringing in recruits. You know what I'm saying?
Recruiting.
Take
them on the teaser. Hey, UConn, I will say, if you ever think that UConn, you're like, dude, that's just too much. It's not enough. UConn might lose this game by 100.
It's not enough.
They're the worst football team I think I've ever seen in my life.
They're very bad.
Very bad. We have Wyoming, Illinois. It's a weird matchup.
On the schedule together.
This is on the Big Ten Network. So, by the way, the Big Ten took the SEC theme song. The Big Ten's going to end up being, I think it's next year. I think so. They're on CBS now. They have the CBS SEC theme song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they can have it. They can have it with their 1984 cameras.
Exactly. Well, yeah, whatever.
They can have it.
SEC will be fine. I'm pulling for Wyoming here.
Maybe that's the downfall of the SEC. They lose CBS.
What's their schedule like? Wyoming plays a bunch of the same teams.
Mountain West, baby. It's the conference, the real conference right there.
They won Idaho, the Potato Bowl. They beat on Kent State. They went 7-6 last year.
That's my team.
Okay. What did Illinois do? Illinois? Who's the head coach for Illinois? Bro, wait a minute. The Big Ten's that bad? Hold on a second. They lost more football games. They went 5-7. Okay. So that might be an interesting football game to watch.
I mean,
if you have the Big Ten Network, of course.
I don't. You're throwing the word interesting out a little lightly. It will be a football game that you can watch. Interesting.
2 p.m. my time, 5 p.m. Eastern on the ACC network. We have Duquesne playing Florida State.
I'm taking Duquesne in the upset here.
Dude, look how low these tickets are. $15, $11, $13. You can go to a Florida State home game for $19.
Less than you go to a movie. Less than you could go to
You
a
can-
movie, bro.
You can go to a Florida State home game. They might mess around and lose this game.
Yeah,
Florida
give me
State's
Duquesne
yeah.
in the upset.
Well, this is a decent one, but of course it's on CBSSN, so don't have that channel. We have Charlotte playing Florida Atlantic, and Florida Atlantic is given 7. And you can go to this game for $6 whopping.
You can't
So
even
if-
eat lunch for $6 anymore,
Bro, parking's 15.
Right.
If you're in Boca Raton Saturday,
And
somebody-
you ain't got shit to do.
you ain't got shit to do. Go on and watch Charlotte play Florida Atlantic.
You might witness.
Who's the head
sport of
coach for Florida
football.
Atlantic? It's what's his name? It's the head coach used to coach at Auburn, right? Gus, is it Gus Malzahn? Is he the?
I can look it up.
Where's
They
the Gus
always be
Malzahn
having.
coach?
They always be having head coaches, bro.
Yeah. But interesting.
Head football coach for Florida Atlantic is Willie Taggart.
Willie Taggart. There's
Where's
the name.
Caleb when we need him? You know Caleb knows all this random shit we're
Yeah.
asking. Not in here. I haven't seen him in a
Florida
long time.
A&M, North Carolina. This is a late kick on the ACC network in Chapel Hill. Tickets are going to run you $23 to go
Uh-oh.
to this one.
They must have high hopes for that football game.
This is an 8:15 kick for Florida A&M. I will say you want to stick around at halftime for this one. I'm sure Florida A&M has a damn good band.
We'll put on a hell of a
We'll
show.
put on a hell of a show. The band travels. Max back. North Texas playing UTEP.
My North Texas Mean Green.
This is a pick 'em. Wait, they have a conference game week 1? Conference USA
They
slot.
don't hold back, dude.
Dude,
They
$19
don't hold
for
back,
this one.
my guy.
So all right,
North
we're
Texas.
gonna go.
North Texas going undefeated.
All right, so who you got in Austin P, Western Kentucky?
Western Kentucky.
I'm gonna go Western Kentucky.
I'm not writing these down. I'm just off
No,
the
no.
dome.
Nebraska, Northwestern.
Nebraska. Brasky, Maine.
I'm taking Northwestern with an upset.
Is it an upset? I don't know.
I mean, 13 points.
I guess so.
Idaho State, UNLV playing
Give
in.
me, I didn't know Idaho State was a team. Give me UNLV.
I'm gonna go UNLV at with the home field advantage of about 5,000 fans.
How do you get recruited to Idaho State? That's my question. Like, first off, there's 4 people that live in the entire state of Idaho. Like,
Yeah.
they were like, well,
Hey, there's somebody's out there trying to play ball.
I mean, sure.
Northwestern for sure. Let's go. Wyoming, Illinois. Illinois is an 11-point favorite.
Give me Wyoming.
I'm going to go Wyoming here
I'm
too.
thinking Wyoming wins that football game.
Farmer son.
Everyone
Florida.
else.
I'm taking Florida State.
I'm taking Duquesne.
Stop.
I'm taking Duquesne with the
Stop.
upset.
Charlotte, Florida Atlantic. It's at Florida Atlantic.
It's a coin toss. Florida Atlantic.
Taking Charlotte. Charlotte goes on the road week 1 and sets the
You're-
tone for the
You're
conference.
just wrong. You're just flat out wrong.
I'm
sir.
going North Carolina for the North Carolina.
North
Florida
Carolina,
area.
yeah.
Dude, these games are
North
hilarious.
Texas, they ain't losing a game all year. So North.
I'm
Texas.
going UTEP at home with a
Well, you're
stunner.
Just wrong.
I've
dude.
been to El Paso. There's not
It's-
much there.
Crazy how little you know about college football.
I know. Nevada, New Mexico State. This is on the Deuce. This is at 10 p.m. your time, 7 p.m.
It's going
my
to be a
time.
good night.
It's in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Is that where Nevada is? No.
You mean New Mexico State?
I'm at New Mexico State. Is that where New Mexico State's at? Is Las Cruces?
Beats me.
Might be. I've been through Las Cruces.
I've never
twice.
been there. So
I've been through Las Cruces twice. Had a Whataburger there one time. Pretty good sandwich.
I'm picking New Mexico State then.
Nevada's
Based on your experience.
I'm going New Mexico State in the upset too, based on my experience. And of course, the game that we've all been waiting on.
This is
Vanderbilt
the prime matchup of the weekend.
going to Hawaii. Tickets are $51. This is a Super Bowl in Hawaii. First off, Vanderbilt's an 8-point favorite traveling to Hawaii. Hold on a second.
It just means more, Terry.
Hold on a second. We got to, first off,
it just means
Hawaii
more.
Plays Michigan at Michigan.
Well, yeah, Michigan's not going to go to Hawaii.
Bro, this one, I'm not telling y'all some gambling. They went 6-7. Listen.
Click that button. I dare you.
I'm not saying that you should go gamble, but I have seen some shit in my life, and I have never seen Vanderbilt travel to Hawaii and be an 8-point favorite. So
said Hawaii by 50.
Hawaii by
65. It just means more in the SEC. It just means more.
You see where the Vanderbilt coach came out and said that they're going to be one of the best teams in the conference.
He should be put in a mental hospital. But it just means more. They're gonna,
dude. You know how I said. Look how many games on Thursday night now. First off, Central Michigan, Oklahoma State, Pittsburgh's playing West Virginia next Thursday. South Carolina State's going to you. That's where Malzahn coaches, by the way.
At on ESPN Plus, Long Island University.
It's playing Toledo. Hawaii by 30.
Eastern Illinois, Northern Illinois, barn burner.
Cal Poly
versus Fresno.
I'm not lying. There's not many good
games, dude.
Whew, there's two,
but there's a lot of them.
There's not
a lot of good ones.
And of course, we roll into there's Friday games. Yeah. Oh, because this is the Labor Day weekend thing that they're doing now. There it is, the game we've all waiting for. First off, how are we only a 13-point favorite?
I mean, that's fair.
It's not fair. We're gonna beat the brakes off of Georgia State.
Maybe. I think it's a pretty fair line.
Vanderbilt traveling to Hawaii. Dude, they're going out there for a vacay. They had a tough year of school. They're getting ready. So,
like, you know how when these low-level schools pay high-end schools to, like, come or the high, like, they pay the low-end schools to, like, let the high-end school beat the shit out of them?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, like, Hawaii paid Vanderbilt?
But, hey, we need to beat. Hey, it's a great. Think about it. You play an SEC team, you're gonna win. I don't care what that says. You're gonna have a chance to win. So,
dude.
It'll
never leave.
Listen, that's a long way to go play a football game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nightmare, I'd imagine. But the year that we paid Citadel all that money to come beat us was just heartbreaking.
It was tough.
We paid them a ton of money. They came to us and beat us. So
it was tough.
Good for them.
You want to get into the deep dive before we get out of here?
We most certainly can.
All right, Remy. So the deep dive in the top 5 is what this week?
We are going with the top 5 college football atmosphere. So we're talking the experience, everything, the stadium, the crowd, just the traditions, all of that wrapped into one. Top 5 college football atmospheres with college football kicking off this weekend.
Okay. You know how we do it now? We do snake draft. By the way, give us y'all's top 5 while we're doing this. Remy, give me your number 5.
So I will say that I'm going to have a little bit of bias in this because I grew up watching SEC football and it just means more. So I will say number 5 is, it's been tough because they haven't been as good lately, but the Swamp, the Florida Gators in the Swamp, when they are a good team, it is one of the most just loud and just crazy, the chomp and all that just nonsense. I hate it, but I get it. It's wild. I'm going for the ambiance for my number 5 pick, and it's going to be Ole Miss. Because you want to tailgate at Ole Miss. You know, you have the beautiful Grove.
all that. So I'm going to go with Ole Miss at my number 5. That's as Oklahoma State. Ohio State. My number 4 is going to be a homer pick, and that's South Carolina. We all know about South Carolina. We bring the heat. When we're good, it's a wild place.
It is. I mean, even when we're not good, it's still an electric place.
As long as it's got to be a night game, and we're going good, and the weather's right.
But literally, though, like even if you look at a lot of like the national stuff that talks about it, we still get brought up in those conversations. Even though we haven't been that good of a football team, our stadium is electric. Sandstorm plays. You got the towels going crazy. It is a very electric atmosphere in old Willie B. So,
all right. So what's your number?
On it.
What's your number?
Don't
4?
Sleep on it. My number 4. Give me the big house. Give me the Michigan.
Big house.
In the
night game, when it's night game in Michigan, you can't see half the stadium because they don't have the proper lighting.
They fit 200 million people in the damn thing.
Virginia Tech one's a good
it's
one. That's
crazy. It's such a big stadium. It's wild how many people are in there.
All right, so number 3.
Number 3 is I get to the point where I'm splitting hairs here. Number 3. God, I hate to say this out loud, but I don't want to say it. But
you saying Clemson?
No, I'm not going to say Clemson, dude. I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to saying Clemson.
Right.
I'll say Alabama. I'll say Alabama just because, I mean, they've been so damn good for so damn long. Every game is packed and it's just wild.
There's Caleb's.
Oh, Caleb's
okay.
Here.
My number 3 is them Texas A&M Aggies when they do the 12th man and the shoulder-to-shoulder sway. That stadium gets wild. So I'm going to go with Texas A&M for number 3.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 is going to be the whiteout in Penn State. Now, they do act like they invented the whiteout. A lot of teams, a lot of sports have done whiteouts before. But if it's a night game, and the whiteout's pretty badass. So I'm going to go whiteout Penn State for number 2.
My number 2, and for a stretch there, this was just, you didn't win here, was LSU. Death Valley and LSU. There was a stretch where you didn't win if you went there, especially at night. If you went there at night, you just didn't win that game. That was a loss. You just had to take it. LSU there for a stretch. I mean, here lately, they've kind of fallen off a little bit since Burrow left. But, boy, that place was wild, especially those night games, dude. Just couldn't win. Couldn't beat them there.
Whiteout. So it's good. All right, so it's number 1.
My number 1 would be Texas A&M. It is
Texas
the
A&M
12th man. God, I hope August isn't listening. It is Texas A&M.
I think he's gone by now,
dude.
If he is, my number 1 is going to be a little different, and it's going to be Wisconsin Camp Randall Stadium. Okay. The jump around in Camp Randall Stadium is pretty badass.
That is wild. That is
so.
Wild.
I kind of root for. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of root for Wisconsin. So I like the way they play football.
I mean, I do too. I love it. I love the old school smash mouth football.
That's it. Georgia sucks. It's number 1. Georgia's is good. I hate Georgia, so I can't never give them any credit. Ohio State's got a good one, but I'm gonna say Wisconsin with the Big Ten number 1. Yeah, we're gonna give them that, Alan. We're going to give them the jump around. I want to go watch a game in Wisconsin. How cool would it be to go watch a Wisconsin game at Camp Randall?
I would be exhausted.
Yeah.
I would be exhausted.
I want to go around and there's not many stadiums out here that I want to go see. It would be cool to go watch. An honorable mention out here would be, of course, Oregon Stadium. Yeah. Because Oregon is kind of like this kind of small towns and stuff like that. The zoo gets pretty wild. It'd be pretty cool to see the Ducks play live at at their stadium. That'd be cool. Let's go. All right, Dad, let's go.
Whack, whack, whack.
Terry, you moved and changed. I tell you what, I've liked Wisconsin for a long time, and that they have a running back. If y'all guys have never seen, he is unbelievable. So watch some Wisconsin ball. I know my dad, he watches Wisconsin, of course. We always talk about it every week. But it'd be that's kind of cool. So Remy's gonna come up with next week's deep dive in the top 5. Or you're gonna do you want to do one more fan one and then you're gonna do next week's? Since the NFL is still
yeah. We could do that. We could save it for the one before the NFL season starts. Damn, Jacob. Dude, Jacob used to be a Clemson fan, bro.
Yeah, if anybody knows Jacob growing up, man was a tater.
Dude was a tater. Now look at him.
Tater.
SEC till he dies.
He ain't no Bijan Robinson though. I do want to go watch a game at Texas A&M. I want to go watch a game at the Texas Stadium. That'd be cool. Now that Texas will eventually be in the SEC. And our boy Mike lives in Austin. So it's a free place to stay.
Could be a possibility.
Wisconsin's meat and potatoes football for sure.
I will give the Big Ten that. They got some teams that still like
to
play that.
So now that we have everybody in here, before we kind of talked a little housekeeping, we're gonna run it back down. If you were here earlier, you can leave. But we definitely appreciate the feedback we're getting on everything. We are in the process of getting a new intro getting made, maybe a longer intro so we can build it up a little bit. We got a new logo made. We're in the process of getting a lot of new stuff made. I'm getting a new overlay made. We're doing good with that. We're doing NFL Spotlight. Built for it.
Back.
Tell all your friends Thursday. Fantasy. Be there. We're going to talk fantasy. We're going to start fantasy. We're going to do a league. We're going to have a lot of stuff going on Thursday. Same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. West Coast time, my time. Going to drop maybe tonight. I'm going to edit these 4 episodes of we did the
AFC North.
We did the AFC North, so I'm going to drop each one of those videos. It's going to be 4 of them, of course. Should drop those later this evening. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to record the AFC South and then, of course, the West. And then we're going to dive into the NFC. So I'm probably just going to start releasing them 4 at a time just so, people can watch them as they go. They range anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes, most of them. So, it's our little breakdown of the roster, where we think there are in the division, where we give a loose win total. We did actually look at a schedule for which one was it? For Cleveland.
Cleveland.
We did break down the schedule for that one. But yeah, so, but we will see. So, what else we got going on, Remy? We got TikTok. We're doing TikToks. Move those dead bodies in the back for next show. So check us out on there. We're going to film a TikTok tonight. Not going to tell you what it's going to be. I'm going to make y'all go follow us. And we're doing like a little versus thing. We might actually start doing the hard pass segment, but just on TikTok. Mm-hmm. We're going to do that. So look out for that, of course. And once again, tell everybody about us. I know each and every one of you guys, y'all do a great job showing up here every Tuesday, supporting us and everything. We definitely appreciate it. But I know for a fact that every single one of you guys knows 5 or 10 people that love sports.
Yeah.
And that love football or love baseball or love basketball or just, a lot of people like hearing their voice heard. And when you come in here, we pop your comment up and everything, and we respond to it. Each and every one of you guys is a part of this. So tell everybody about us. Get us out there. Because we're really after this thing and we're about to hammer it hard.
And we're dropping all kinds of the different content, especially I know like for some people, man, we've been in here for an hour. I know people are busy. Sometimes it's tough to sit in here for a full hour and watch us talk shit, but when you got the NFL spotlights, like you said, those are 15, 20-minute videos, little quick hitters for you to go in and find out about what these rosters are going to look like. The TikToks are 1 to 2 minutes long. It's just a quick little thing just to get a little versus, or like you said, bring back the hard pass segment into that. So we're giving you different things out there for different time frames. I know, like I said, if you got 15 minutes, you want to just sit down and look at what NFL team's going to look like this year, pop one of those on. If you got 2 minutes and you just want to hear our opinion on something, throw on a TikTok, give it a like, give us a follow. All of that means everything to us. I mean, absolutely everything. I know last time we were in here, I think August, had threw our stuff into like his fantasy football group, and we had 1 or 2 people join just to watch us in from that. Like stuff like that, that's what's going to get us out there, and we certainly appreciate that stuff.
Yeah, we're also teaming up here soon with there's a couple guys that I know, they're big Yankees fans, and they live in New York, and they want us to come on their pod and talk some baseball. So we're going to team up with them about to do like a baseball podcast, kind of talk about the Yankees, kind of talk about the league. We're also teaming up with the group of guys from England that live in London. Their Our League podcast. We were supposed to record them Sunday, but something kind of came up, so we had to push it back. We're teaming up with them. We're going to be on their podcast and stuff. So look out for the socials, and we'll drop links and stuff so you can share it and everything. But yeah, Remy, got anything you want to tell everybody before we get out of here?
No, man. Just this weekend to get ready. Football's back,
up too.
Dude. He's hyped. He's hyped, bro. Football's back. I get it. I'm pretty excited for that. I can't wait to talk next week about Duquesne beating Florida State. I'll be pretty amped for that one. So I look forward to it.
See you guys on TikTok and, of course, our Thursday Fantasy Focus. We will holler at y'all later.